going on, guys? Back with another video. So I want to be starting posting daily for this month. So for the first video today, I didn't have enough time today to record and to do everything else I was going to do. So I will just be uploading what I recorded from the other day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. In the world today, there are so many distractions. And by the time that you realize that you're stuck in these distractions, that you are distracted, you are already in too deep. And so that's why you have to eventually break away from these distractions, or you'll eventually just get stuck in it and can't break from that addiction, that dopamine that you have to get every time that you look at the next video or the next image or whatever it is. And you want to break away from that, because if you can't break away from that, then you risk not completing your goals and not being who you want to be and being your truest self. So here are some ways that you can break away from social media. Number one is that you can limit the amount of time that you're on social media by lessening it each time you go on it, or you can try to just think about what you could be doing instead of going on social media and scrolling for so long. And then the third one is just to get rid of it altogether and just to focus on one thing and have tunnel vision on your mission. So here's some ways that you can limit your time on social media. One is that you can set a timer, or either you could try to look at how much time you spend on social media. So let's say that you spend at least 7 hours on social media averagely. So you want to just bring it down by 30 minutes, an hour, or 10 minutes, it doesn't matter. You just want to keep on bringing it down until you just become regular with a 1 hour time, or even lesser than that, so you don't get too distracted and too deep into this. Because there's so many different ways that social media, and so many different ways that all these different adverts and companies try to get you to stay focused on their things instead of focusing on your things. Instead of trying to do what you need to do, you're just doing what they want you to do. And so you have to break away from that. So that's why it's best that you try to just limit it, get rid of it. Then you could possibly come back to it and then just go back even deeper into it. So that's why I recommend that you would do the first one. But here's on to the next one. Another way that you can limit your time on social media is by looking at certain videos that help you to complete your goals, or to watch boring videos. And you might think that that's crazy, that's insane to just watch something boring. But that's exactly my point. You don't want to watch something boring. You don't want to be stuck in something boring. So if you're looking at something boring, eventually you'll get bored of it and then just do what you have to do. And so you just basically tell yourself that and show yourself that every time. Like, do I really want to just watch something boring? Or do I want to do something that might be at the time boring, but eventually will blossom into something that you enjoy? And then another way that you can try to limit your time on social media is by watching educational videos, things that help you to get to your goals and to help you to be better. And that will basically just feed you all this good stuff, instead of just trying to look at all these different other things that don't give you really much value. And so if you look at those things, then you're feeding your mind what it needs to be fed, and instead of just giving it garbage or whatever this is, or eventually letting it get so much of dopamine that it just wants even more and more and more. Instead of just giving it that, you give it the opposite of every time that you take on social media. And so you realize what you could have done with that time. And that goes into the next one, where you think about what you could be doing instead of just spending your time on social media. And so basically, you just think, what could I do? What should I do? What will I do? Instead of just sitting here in this one place. Do I want to stay here just looking at different videos, being distracted, living my life as I always have, in the same repeating cycle? And even if it's not like your life is miserable or this and that, but if you have something that you want to do, you don't want to just live the same exact way. Because if you have something that you want to do, you don't want to just keep on doing the same thing over and over again. You want to eventually try to break out of that, and so that you can actually achieve what you want to do instead of just staying in your comfort zone and playing it safe. And that's really what you should think about. Do I want to just stay here in my comfort zone, and instead of just getting what I could get, if I just stay out of it just for a little moment, just for a little while longer, just keep on going and keep pushing, and then eventually you get this, you get your peace, you get your mission, you get your goal, you get what you wanted to get, you complete that, you get your dream. Instead of just looking at how bad it could be, think about how good it could be. Think about how this discomfort can help you to grow and be more comfortable in yourself. Just for a little while, just be in discomfort, be uncomfortable, be like that for a while, because eventually you can become and achieve something that you didn't even think you could have. And that's why you shouldn't let yourself stay in these distractions, in this ways of thinking of the world wants you to, the way of the social media. But sometimes it could be that it's not even social media. It could just be yourself. And so you have to think about that too. And so that also can go. And so what our next one is just to get rid of it altogether. And now it could be bad trying to just get rid of it now, but just think about the long-term benefits of that. Think about how you've been distracted and how you've been procrastinating to your goals. Instead of just trying to just do it, you've just been staying in the same place, being stuck. And you could see that it's your fault, because at sometimes it could be that you just want to be in comfort. You just want to stay there, but you have to break away from it. So you have to just get rid of social media altogether. You just have to go at your goals and just keep on going, instead of just letting these distractions distract you. And I can tell you the same thing about me, because before I even started this video, I wasted nearly 40 minutes because I got distracted. You see how fast that can be? How sad that is? You have to just get rid of it. And so maybe it is that you should get rid of it, or maybe it isn't. But that's all up to you. That's all up to what you want to achieve and what you want to go to. And so another thing that I didn't mention at the beginning of the video is that you can pray to God and ask Him if you can just stop focusing on these distractions, instead then to just focus on your goals and focus on possibly what you could do with Him and for Him. And if you just take that time just to do that, you can just exponentially grow bigger than what you were at first. And then another way, after you do that, you could just meditate. And meditating on what you could have did, and just clearing your mind, and think about what you want to do. Think about what you want to complete. Think about what you want for your family, what you want for your friends, what you want to do, and who you want to be. Instead of just living in distractions, living in regret after you let yourself being stuck in those distractions, you instead meditate on, you know what? I think I want to do this. I think I want to do that. I think I want to just get rid of it altogether. And then if you can do that, then you can possibly achieve anything if you keep on going at it with the same attitude and keep on working at it. And I was just telling you guys this because I wanted you guys to know that you can do anything to achieve your goals, and that you can complete your goals if you just put your mind to it. You're just feeling down after spending your time on social media and being distracted, that you're not being discouraged, but instead you can realize that you can do this, that if you just put the work into it, and that if you just instead of just giving in to all these distractions, you can instead just focus on what you want to do, what you could do, and then you can be better than what you ever thought. And that at myself, sometimes I have to think that, and I have to go at it instead of just letting myself stay down and doubting myself because of all these different things that people were able to do on social media. Instead of just thinking about, oh wow, I want it to be like that, or I want to be like them. Instead, you want to just take that. You want to get that as motivation as to what you could do and what you can be, and just keep on working at it instead of letting yourself be down. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.